Know that Aaliyah came in with a lot of credentials, but a triple-double in her first game. Just how do you talk to her and say, this is great, but you still got a whole season to play?
Uh, I don't. I'm just gonna let her enjoy the moment. But a triple double is a triple double, no matter when it occurs, high school, junior high, college. I thought she was pretty active out there, blocking shots and getting rebounds. A lot of them were her own. But she's got a promising future, and this is just the tip of the iceberg for her.
Might be asking you the same question one more time since I did.
I don't know if I can repeat it that way.
Yeah, if you have a mic, put it up there. I believe we're still getting sound, so we'll have it up at the end of the game on the FTP, or at the end of the game. If you got it, do it.
Mm-hmm.
We good? Nope, nope.
Hold, please. Mackenzie's rallying late. I don't know how to do this, but we're gonna wait. All right, Greg, you're up.
This is going to be good. No. Well, the first part was, were you going to keep her in until she got that 10th block? She kind of said you brought it to her attention that she had 8 going into that fourth quarter. Were you going to keep her in?
We put her back in
Right.
because she was so close to it, and we were going to give her 2 or 3 minutes to get it done. If she couldn't get it done in 2 or 3 minutes, then we were taking. Actually, someone was checking into the game to get her right before she got the 10th block.
Gotcha. And then I know you're celebrating this night, but how quickly do you guys have to move on considering how tough the next game is going to be?
Well, I mean, the coaches have moved on. Obviously, we have to prepare the players. I think they understand it's a big game early. They're excited. As I was coming in here, she was like, when can we talk about Maryland? And that's what she said. I'll call you. We'll watch it tomorrow. They have the day off tomorrow, so they are eager to play. And we don't know how we'll play, but I know we'll be up for the challenge.
Dawn, speaking of Maryland, I believe around the 5 or the 6 of the first quarter tie, and Kiki took a seat and stayed there. Was that kind of by design, just to let the newer players kind of work things out among their own without those 2 vets out there?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get our younger players up to speed, so to speak, and sometimes we like to take that experience off the floor just to see how they would, if they would swim or sink. And we have to put them in those situations where they gain some experience, and mainly experience before we go in and play a team like Maryland.
How much does an opener like this just help in your mind kind of figure out what type of lineups you want to put on the floor and what players you want to pair with?
I mean, I think it helps because you can experiment with a lot of different lineups. I mean, we started rebuild tonight. It's not that Destiny Henderson is a starter in my eyes. But because we started the 3 guards, it kind of throws off our rotation. We don't have, even in practice, we don't have another point guard to run that second unit. So, I just had a talk with Destiny and, just get her thoughts and feelings on it. And she's like, I'm all right. Do what you got to do. And she's always been that way. But I think it's going to work out better for her. I mean, she'll probably get more minutes in this role for us than she would starting, because you have to rotate starters. In a reserve role, if she's playing well, I'm probably going to roll with her. She played 30 minutes tonight, and it didn't even feel like that, but we needed her out there on the floor.
Dawn, there's a lot of buzz on the men's side today with the top 4 teams playing each other kind of to open the season. Is that something you'd like to see the women's game do? Maybe bring UConn, maybe Notre Dame, Baylor, and yourself together for kind of that opening game, rotated around to some of those more popular venues?
I'm glad you brought us in the mix, because probably the people outside of Columbia, South Carolina wouldn't probably think it would be we would be a great team to be in the mix. But yes, I think it would create a lot of buzz, even if we played it during the day, because I would like to see that game on ESPN like the men's game. I'm excited about getting home and watching that second game with Kentucky. So I think it would be a great thing. I think we do it in other ways. Like I think there's the Maggie Dixon game that they play at Madison Square Garden. We've been trying to get in that for a while. I don't know how you get in it, but ask. I did ask Jamie Dixon at one point to try to get into that particular game, but those spots they fill up pretty quickly.
How nice was it to see Olivia do what she did in the fourth quarter?
I mean, it's great. Olivia's been, a Gamecock fan. Her family have been Gamecock fans all of their lives, and she was living out a dream today. Last game that we played, the exhibition game, and she didn't hit any shots, and I texted her afterwards, and I just told her, don't get swayed either way by made baskets or missed baskets. You concentrate on the other things, and that's the easiest part of her game. And if she gets her feet under her, she's not rushing, she's going to be able to knock down shots and stretch the defense out. So I was happy that it happened to her on this night.
And as a coach, seeing your players have as much fun in the fourth quarter as they did, how does that make you feel? See them all jumping around the bench and the shots were falling too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the makeup of this team. How they operated all game long. They are generally happy for each other, and I can't wait until we're able to continue this kind of championship behavior, because that's exactly what it is. When they're happy for each other, they're happy for, they were happy for Alyssa, they were happy for Lily, and Lily, much like Aaliyah, she asked me if she can go in the game because her professor said if she got a double-double, the entire class gets some type of 30 points for a test or exam, or I don't know what it was. So I'm thinking, I thought twice about it, and then I was like, if I can put somebody back in for a triple-double, surely, I could put somebody back in for an academic advantage.
Done with Olivia. I mean, she's played 2 games and she's already a crowd favorite. Just how good is that to see from the crowd? How good is that for her confidence going forward?
I mean, it's great. I think Olivia's, she and her family have been Gamecock fans forever. They're going to be at all the games. They're gonna kind of live vicariously through her being a part of our basketball team, and I'm super happy for her. We get on her. We work her. She works extremely hard, and I was glad to see her be able to do it in front of her family and all of the crowd, because she has become a crowd favorite. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Tweet that out so I can retweet it and show Asia. Thank you guys for coming.